Hi, I'm Clint for Horsemanship, and I was asked a question about how to get a horse to lope softly and how to get a horse to keep loping. So we're going to break that down into two videos. We're going to focus this first one on softness and the second one on keeping a horse loping. So in this first one, I want to discuss softness and what it means to me. First off, I want to address the body position that you need to be in when you ask your horse to get soft. And I see too often people sit too far back and their hands are past the horn back in here, or they're riding up over their horse like this, and again their reins are too long. So I want to encourage you, the best way to feel your horse is to be centered in the saddle, have your shoulders straight and up, and have your hands working in front of your horn. So when I gather my slack, everything happens in front of my horn, not behind my horn. And then my releases are quicker and my feel is a lot better. Now, as far as the horse is concerned, when I think about softness, I think about a horse that breaks right here at the pole. I need the horse to break right here, and I need his chin to come like that. I don't need necessarily his head to go down, and I really don't need it to go up. But sometimes I see people release a horse when the horse puts his head down. Well, the horse can still be leaning on my hands and put his head down. But to really break right here at the pole and bring his chin in here, that's softness. Now, the other thing we need to understand is that sometimes we see somebody else's horse getting soft and we say, I want my horse to look like that. And I want my horse to carry his head right there. Well, we have to understand that the good Lord made all these horses different. So they're all going to carry themselves just a little bit different. But softness is still softness. So I'm looking for the softness in my hands. And now that will carry over into collection, where the horse starts to raise his back, bring his hind end up underneath him. But for today, we're just going to be talking about softness, okay? Now, how do I get it? Well, for one thing, there's a couple different ways, and I want to fit it to each horse. And, you know, if I have a horse that's really sensitive, that wants to go all the time, then, you know, I might have steady pressure and drive with my legs until I feel my horse get soft. Because that way it kind of desensitizes him to my legs, okay? If he got going out of control, I'd just take him down with one rein and maybe start the whole thing over. I wouldn't keep driving and keep pouring gas on the fire with him speeding up, okay? So now if I have one that's a little dull, then I'm going to ask my horse to get soft with both reins, and if nothing happens, then I'm going to take one rein and bump, and then the other rein and bump. But what I see too often is people get too excited with their hands, and they get to taking their hands and moving their hands really quick and trying to seesaw, and what's happening is they are actually the ones seesawing the horse's head down, okay? I want this set up in a way to where it's his idea to get soft. So I'm just going to set it up in a way to where I'm just going to make it just a little uncomfortable for you to be where you are. And as soon as you drop and get soft, then I'll release and then start it up again, okay? And I want you to understand that my hands are in a rhythm. They might be 1, 2, 3, and I'm giving him a chance in between each time. And I believe, this is just my 2 cents, is that, you know, horses, they got 4 feet. And so every gait, there's a beat. To a walk, there's a 4-beat gait. To a trot, there's a 2-beat gait. To a lope, there's a 3-beat gait. So there's always a beat to these gait. There's a rhythm there, you see. So I want my hands to also have a rhythm. I don't want this quick stuff in there, you see. Because again, I've got to ask myself, who put their head down, me or the horse? And I want it to be their idea, because once it's their idea, it's in there, okay? Now this is a little 2-year-old colt out of New Mexico, a little ranch colt that I started for a ranch down in New Mexico. And if you notice, on these 4 videos, I'm on different horses, I believe, almost each time. And we're trying to set this up where these are all these colts that I'm starting for people, and I'm trying to show you the learning stage, the teaching stage of these horses. So this horse here had a hard time getting soft, and he had a hard time getting the life up in him. So we're going to try to use him today for this. So I'm going to get on him here and go through the walk, the trot, and the canter, which he's never had it from the canter today on the Softness. And we'll see how he does and see if I can't help explain what I just talked about. So, okay, we're going to pause for a second while I get on. Okay, so we're going to start from a walk here. And we'll ask him, I'll get my hands out in front and ask him to get soft. Now, that's all I'm going to get in the beginning right there. That's all I'm going to ask for, and that's all I need right there, okay? Then later on from a walk, then I want to try to start encouraging him to hold it for a couple of steps. And as you can see, he kind of gets a little sticky with his feet, especially there. Okay, now his feet kind of slowed down, and that's about normal, okay? Now I'll ask again. Come around here so you can see. Right there. See, he doesn't weigh anything right here in my hands, okay? All right, now we're just going to go on up to the trot. We want to try to get the life up in him here so we can see what we can work on. Now here, we just got on him, so he's feeling pretty good, and he kind of feels like he wants to lope. If he wants to lope, I'll just let him lope here, okay? But there he just backed off. Now I'm going to ask him to get soft, so my legs are driving, and then right there you can see my hands, 1, 2. Okay, now what I want to visit about that is really important is I've learned over the years that when they're in a trot or they're in a lope, okay, and I'm asking them to get soft and they're not getting soft, I don't try to keep them in that gait and get them soft. I don't try to go through something bad and hopefully come out good the other side, okay? So if they break down, then I allow them to break down, get them soft, and then go right back up to my gait, okay? So then pretty soon when they get soft and stay in that gait, whether it be a trot or a lope, then what happens is I want the horse to realize, oh, you mean that's all I had to do? Instead